Hey everybody, it's meteorologist Hutch. Hutch 1, Hutch 2, here with your forecast. And we had a windy day, we had a cold day, we had a wet day, we have freeze warnings. More frosty weathers in your forecast. Details are coming up right now. But first, my friends at Robert Gibbons Sons have, for 3 times in a row, been awarded the Circle of Champion Award from our friends at the Bryant factory authorized dealer. So I got to tell you what, these folks know what they're doing. They've been in business serving our communities for over 110 years. Give them a call today. Now let's take a look at the radar. We still have a few showers showing up here in the Devil's Lake Basin and the Northern Valley, and a smattering of sprinkles and spits here in the south, making things slippery and wet. Shirley, good to have you on board from Moorhead. Thank you very much. If you're watching, drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from, and tell me who you have as the pick'em for tonight's football game. It looks like we have a close one going on there at halftime as the NFL season gets underway. Let's review today. Now, we've had some wet rain out here. The radar can kind of take an estimate of how much rain has fallen. So we're going to take a look at the radar estimates of rainfall across our region. And as we do, and as this populates, the colors here, well, the bright ones that is, illustrate where the heaviest of the rain fell. So you see the pinks, you see the reds here. This is in the northern parts of the valley. That's where the heaviest rain was. How much are we talking there? Well, the estimates by Doppler radar, which are pretty good in light and persistent showers like the ones that we had today, look like this, where you see those purple hues north of Grand Forks and in parts of Marshall County, 0.8 of an inch of precipitous precipitation. And as we go up towards Walhalla, Cavalier, and Pembina, over 0.5 of an inch estimated by Doppler radar. Let's zoom in a little bit tighter. Now, in the FM area here, North Fargo, about 1/10 of an inch recorded or estimated by the Doppler radar. Fertile, 4/10, Foston, 5/10. White Earth, how about 2/10 of an inch for you? Ethan, has any frost this weekend? I think so. You'll see that in the extended forecast here in a minute. Mayville, 2/10 of an inch estimated in your area. And where things were drier, southern and eastern parts of North Dakota, with most areas getting mist, but a couple of bands of heavier precipitation made their way through parts of Sargent and Ransom County, as well as, Richland County and, Dickey and Lemoore counties. Just really spotty in nature, but some near Oaks saw upwards of 1/4 of an inch of rain. Elsewhere across the region, there was a heavier swath that just missed the Minot area. As you take a look there, these colors would illustrate up to an inch in a couple of places, and a good old 1/2 inch to an inch measured in that swath of heavier rain. You can kind of see the hit and miss variety of the showers that took place near the capital city, with anywhere from a trace to 1/2 of an inch of rain. It was very gusty out today, and we had some non-thunderstorm gusts that did get to be quite high. So let's take a look at the actual wind gusts reported from the North Dakota Agricultural Weather Network here. And here's a look at the peak gusts that we saw today. Woo-wee! Look at them! The wind was blowing out there. 54 miles per hour north of the Williston area as we look down into parts of the, northern branches of the park out there, Theodore Roosevelt Park. We had gusts of wind hitting 50 miles per hour. Those extended all the way through parts of McLean County, Sheridan County, where we did see some 54 mile per hour gusts and near 60 mile per hour gusts there on the county line. Bismarck, Mandan, about a 47 mile per hour gust. Peak gusts here in the Red River Valley were much more tamed, and that's good until we got into the Southern Valley, the James and Cheyenne River Valleys, seeing some of those gusts upwards of 35 to 40 miles per hour. Vicky Black says, as of right now, 39/100 of an inch, 8 miles west of Reynolds. All right, very good. And go Eagles, says Vicky. All right, we know who you got. Warren. Johnny reporting beautiful amount, 68/100 there. You know, it was so dry for so long in Marshall County, Minnesota. I'm glad that you got some more rain. I know the harvest is something that everybody's wanting to get done, but some rain taking place up there, and I think this should help your area get a little bit more back up to speed. Watching from Branson, Missouri. Wow, Mary, good to have you on board. It was 84 today in Branson, Missouri, and not quite that here. All right, so we did have some gusty winds. Here's a look at your low temperatures this morning from Branson, Mary. Check this out. Low temperatures hit, you see the circle here? Marshall County, where things have been a little bit drier, 31 wonderful degrees. That is below freezing Oh, that's cold. Take a look at this. Northwest parts of Minnesota had some mid-30s. Roseau County, Kitson County, getting up into Pembina and Cavalier counties. We had low to mid-30s. 32 degrees up there, not far from the Langdon to Walhalla corridor out there. It was cold. And here in the FM area, 36 degrees up in North Fargo with some 34s in northern Cass and northern Clay County. And then the temperatures today, well, I guess you could call this the lemon, lime, and orange or citrus look at the weather. Cooler temperatures only hit the 40s today in northwest Minnesota and the northern Red River Valley. We did manage some mid-50s here in the Red River Valley, in the southern Red River Valley, and 60s in Richland County, 70 degrees or so south central North Dakota from Bismarck and points south, 65 to 70 degrees there. Also, not a bad day, a pleasant day out in western North Dakota, but it was a wee bit windy with those gusty winds today. All right, so that's a look at what has happened. Now let's take a look at your forecast hour by hour style in this halftime update version of Hutch's weather. Hut 1, Hut 2. Here we go. How about that forecast? We're going to look at this model and take a look at what's going on with regards to our showers of rain. First thing to keep in mind, the little circle that you see here, this is the area of low pressure, and that's working its way through the I-35 corridor right now, bringing the chance of rain through places like Cloquet, Duluth, down toward the Twin Cities and Rochester, with just spits in the forecast here. North winds will remain pretty persistent during the early part of the overnight hours. So let's put this into motion as we head towards the daybreak time frame. This is 7 a.m. Still breezy and passing spits and sprinkles in your forecast for your Friday morning at about 7 a.m. Out to the west, the wind will be a lot lighter, a little bit less in the way of gustiness for your day, and you'll start, because of the lack of wind and the clearer skies out there, much cooler. A decent chance at some freezing temperatures there. Remember I said something about a freeze warning? Southwest North Dakota, freeze warning. Get ready. If you want to take a look at where that is, I'll show you in just a second. But essentially, as we go through your Friday and head into the midday hours, here's your lunchtime at noon. So if you're going to go out for a picnic, it's still going to be breezy with some spotty spits of rain across Beltrami County and all the way out into Koochiching County and out towards Duluth. We still will have breezy conditions and spotty sprinkles in parts of eastern portions of North Dakota as well, with a few clouds streaming overhead with quieter conditions and sunny skies from Miles City, Montana, all the way up into the Glasgow area. Now, as we go into the evening hours, our spotty sprinkles and spits will persist. The wind gradually decreases in the evening. We're not talking about as windy as today, but I do think we'll see some 35-mile-per-hour gusts in places, decreasing to around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday morning, that's when the high-pressure system will set up shop right here in the central Dakotas. I do think we'll see that chance for freezing or frosty weather in the central Dakotas on Saturday. And then watch what happens as we head into the late part of the hours. See that H right over our area? That high right over the Red River Valley means eastern North Dakota and parts of western Minnesota will have a chance at seeing some of those frosty conditions as we head into your weekend. So here's what it means as we take a look at the tails of the tape. But first, did you get a chance to see Hutch's Weather Kid today? It was Emerson Cookert, a math and science whiz. And, well, Emerson also likes storm chasing and knows a ton about storms. Today, the topic of discussion was September weather and how much it can change. Boy, howdy, has it ever changed. Emerson, great job. Please venture on over to hutchesweather.com. You can see Emerson's video there. But for now, take a look at your forecast for the afternoon tomorrow. Now let's start with the tomorrow morning forecast, shall we? Okay, here's where we're going to have some cold temperatures. Let's go ahead and look out to the west. Here is where we'll be down in the 30s. Some of you down in the lower 30s out there in western North Dakota, and also the possibility does exist in that Bottineau Belcourt area for some frosty temperatures with some clearer skies there. Northwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, a pair of 43s for Grand Forks and Fargo. Why? Because we'll have a few more clouds streaming overhead, helping to keep us from getting quite as cold. But I do think a decent chance at some cooler temperatures up in portions of the Arrowhead of Minnesota. Heading into our afternoon, expect your Friday to be, again, a cool one. We'll kiss is 60 degrees, but it won't be as warm as today was. It will be windy, but decreasing through the afternoon. Passing clouds and sprinkles here across central and eastern Minnesota in your forecast. 7-day planner, Ethan, this should answer your question. And it does look like that I got these highlighted for Saturday and Sunday as being the valley's best chance for seeing some patchy areas of frost and possibly isolated areas of freezing temperatures at 32 or below for an extended period of time. But by Sunday mid-morning, those south winds start to warm things up already. 68 is great. And then temperatures rising 70 to 80 degrees for Monday, for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It does look like there'll be a chance for some spotty showers and storms. It doesn't look widespread at this particular time, nor does it look particularly severe, but I'll keep you posted as to that. For now, that is a look at your weather forecast. All right, now is the time for you to drop your comments. Who do you have in the Vikings game against the Bears as they head into Monday Night Football? So check that out. I got to tell you what, it's exciting to see the beginning of the season and what's going on there. Now, let's take a look at one more special thing as we take a look at what's going on with our area, roads and conditions across the region. You have shared some awesome photos, so let's head on over to hutchesweather.com. And I got to thank all of my fine sponsors up here, including, well, JLA Crop Insurance. It's a new sponsor on Hutch's Weather. We're excited to have you on board, and you want to give Nate a call if you need anything at all with regards to protecting your investment. And Nate himself is a small farmer and has been for many months and has, well, had some fun helping area neighbors, farmers in our region with getting those crops or fields or livestock insured. Call Nate today. You can find out more by clicking on the icon right up here. Now, I do want to let you know on Hutch's Weather, this is where you go to check out the latest Weather Kit videos. So if you scroll down to the bottom here, you're going to see my friends at Luther Family Ford. That is where we basically have our Weather Kit events on the showroom floor. And you can sign up there as well. So head over to Luther Family Ford. You can sign up right here on the website by clicking on the button where it says, oh, sign up here. And this is where you get to watch the most recent video, which should be today's video with my good buddy. Oh, that's a little bit of a promotion going on there. That's the explainer of where you go to sign up to be a Hutch's Weather Kid. So that's a look at the website. We have a lot of pictures in the gallery. You can view the gallery down here and check out some of the recent rainfall across the region. Rural Southeast Hawley, 2¼ inches of rain as we went through our Tuesday earlier this week. So definitely some wet weather there. Nobody quite hitting that much rain today as we showed you on the rainfall reports and estimates from the Doppler radar. Here's what's actually fallen in area gauges as we wrap up this version of Hutch's Weather to get you back to some football excitement out there. So this is the one-day total from midnight last night to almost 10 o'clock hour tonight. We have 47 hundredths there, nearly 1/2 inch in western Polk County. That's what's measured there. In the rain gauges out in Otter Tail County, over 1/10 inch, and in the FM area, we were right at kissing 1/10 inch. Becky, thank you very much. In the rain gauge, 13 miles south of Bagley, 1 inch. Wow, that's fantastic. So out here in Bagley, we don't have a end on site out there. So it's nice to have your report there, Becky. So we did have some passing showers that were quite heavy in isolated areas. Many of the rain gauges, as you see out here across the eastern third of North Dakota, north of Highway 200, picked up 1/3 inch or more, with some of the healthier amounts in the Pembina County area, the Cavalier County area, as well as the folks out there in Towner County and up by Rugby, 1/3 inch or 1/2 inch up there near the international border. Lower amounts from Bismarck through the James River Valley, although Jamestown picking up 14/100ths, and that isn't too bad. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on as we head to bed and get you back to the game. Here is a look at those rainfall estimates once again. Here is a look then at what's going on right now on the radar, and what you're going to notice is that is the modeled radar. We don't want that. We want to take a real radar. There it is. Scattered showers of rain continue from Carrington through Grand Forks, so the rainfall amounts continuing to add up, but this is a lighter brand of rain over what we saw earlier in the day. The heaviest rain out near Duluth, Cloquet, Floodwood, aptly named, and Brookstone. That's where we have that batch of heavier rain taking place right now, and those folks will be picking up and adding to what's in their rain gauges. Temperatures now as we head to bed, or at least complete watching our game, look like this. And we'll look at the satellite too to show you where the clearing is taking place right now. But we do have some low 40s already in Warroad, and also low 40s out in Thief River Falls, 43 Ely. So some of the coolest weather up along the international border. That's where the coldest pool of air is. 52 out there in the Sauk Center area, 46 for Fargo Moorhead right now, 45 rather for you in the Grand Forks area. Devil's Lake, it looks like 48 is great for you. 59 in Lisbon, 50 in Jamestown and Valley City, 54 for Siston and Dickinson at 54 degrees. We have to go down to South Dakota before we see those 60s, and that's where the muggier of the air is. So now as we take a look at the satellite, this will help us determine where you have clear skies and calming winds is where the chance for those really cold and freezing temperatures will be the greatest. So out here, clear skies, southwest North Dakota, and there is a freeze warning going on out in those parts as we take a look at what's going on. Here is a look at the National Weather Service's warning for out in that area. I should say sub-freezing temperatures as low as 30 degrees will be possible in areas of southwest North Dakota. Let me get that on the screen for you so you can see what it is I'm looking at. My apologies. Here you go. So as you take a look right now, you can see the freeze watches down here in the southwest corner of the state where you see these purple boxes, Billings, Golden Valley County, all the way down towards Bowman. In Bowman County as well. So those areas there, Rame, Amadon, you guys are in that freeze warning that is in effect from the National Weather Service. And again, as we take a look at what's, well, let me see here. See if we can open that up. Okay, yeah. So basically we're talking about that freeze condition that could kill, wow, all of your plants out there. So that's a good idea to cover the vegetation out there. For us, it's going to be dipping down into those low 40s out in parts of northern Minnesota. That's where the chance looks to be the best. So for now, I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson, thanking you for checking out hutchesweather.com. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your questions and your input tonight and your measurements of rain. Make sure you post photos on hutchesweather.com when you have some measurements in your rain gauge. It's a great way to share your measurements with everybody. But for now, click the follow button on my Facebook page and the like on these videos. That always helps me out. Subscribe on YouTube on my channel, Hutch's Weather. And, well, enjoy the rest of the game and the rest of your